he asked you how you thought you did, and you said you thought it was probably your worst game.
Yeah.
Like, why were you so aware of that in the moment, and kind of what do you want to improve on, I guess?
Yeah, I think that definitely in the first half just did some kind of immature things that I don't normally do, and haven't done it all this season. Just a couple times just should have thrown the ball away, and on the grounding throw, just got to find a way to throw it near somebody. It's a tough spot in that position, and just kind of got to either just dirt ball it in front of Jake and at the kind of linebacker's feet. But yeah, just kind of got to eliminate some of the immature stuff that I haven't really been doing, and then that's something that I feel like I can fix and we can eliminate and move on from. So yeah, something that I haven't been doing. So it's kind of it's not like it's a lingering thing.
Yeah, I think Dabo said that that's why he thinks you're great, because you have that self-awareness. How important is that self-awareness as a quarterback?
Yeah, it's great. I think especially in game, and I got to halftime and kind of realized some of that stuff too. So having that just awareness for me, and being able to see that, and also having an offense coordinator that he's not just tearing me up and stuff. He's being real and saying, hey, let's really focus on this, and they would try to eliminate that or whatever in a game. So, but just kind of to realize that for myself, and anytime that I get coached, or criticized by a coach, you just can't take it personally. You can't take stuff like that personally. You gotta take that and see it as a way that you want to get better. And I think that's kind of been my mindset the whole year. Is I look back at what I did last year, and I was told by the coaches, and looking at myself, hey, I need to get better at these things, and I didn't get defensive about them and try to defend myself. I said, okay, sweet. What do I need to go get better? And I didn't take it personally, and I accepted that challenge, and I went and attacked the challenge. And I think that's what it takes to really get better, especially at the position of quarterback, is it's a developmental game. You're getting better every single week. I want to get better throughout the whole season, and get better throughout the off season. So being able to just see something that, the mistakes you've made and how you can get better out of them is definitely a good point of view.
I think so much is made of a quarterback and their growth of like, oh, your footwork has improved, or oh, you're able to see the field in all these ways. But how important has it been, that self-awareness, or that how quickly you are able to recall, oh, that was my mistake, or this is what I did? Like how much quicker are you recognizing that sort of thing, and how valuable is that?
I would say I recognize it pretty quick, pretty much right after the play. When you make a mistake, and mistakes are going to happen. It's inevitable and part of the game. But being able to recognize that and fix it in moments is I think key, especially in game. Being able to recognize that and not be, like I said, not be defensive about it, not be, just selfish and prideful about it. Understand that, hey, I made a mistake, I recognize it, let's go get better from it. And like always just have an attitude of like, at the end of the day, I want to go be the best I can be on Saturday. So when I show up on Sunday and I didn't like the tape from the first half, instead of just trying to drill through it and, not really want to watch the bad plays, sat there and watched just went through all the, not great plays with Coach Sweeney on Monday. And because I want to get better. I want to see the things that he wants me to get better, because I trust in him and he's my coach. And if we want to, go to places that we want to be, I want to play the best I can be. So just being able to, recognize that and want to get better, I think that is something that I just always am wanting to do. I don't ever want to stay where I am, because if I'm staying where I am, I'm really just getting worse. So I always want to just try to get better.
Is it hard to make those kinds of adjustments in a game, or is it a different kind of adjustment that has to happen than something like the other adjustments you make?
Yeah, there wasn't a ton of really in-game adjustments I had to make this last game at halftime. Just a couple stuff all over. We just had a couple drive killers. Whether it's, just a couple different random things where we were putting, 15 play drives together and just had a couple drive killers with penalties and stuff like the one I had and a couple others. So, just kind of eliminating those. And but in game, obviously there's times, you kind of just get to sit and reevaluate first half and then kind of a fresh start second half. And you really just got to, when you get to halftime, it's really just a time to really reset and flush whatever else is happening. Like, you hear all the time, hey, 0-0, let's go play. And we really had that mindset, especially this past game. like, hey, we're about to go score first drive right here. It's gonna be 0-0. Let's go play. So yeah, making in-game adjustments is definitely part of the game for sure.
I think it was last week you talked about trying to embrace more positive plays on first and second down. How do you feel like this team did that in Blacksburg on Saturday?
Yeah, I thought we did a lot better job of it, especially in the second half. We had some great third down conversions in the first half, and some really good third down conversions that, it's exciting to see. And but I thought we did a lot better job of, attacking the ball downfield and making some of those plays that we needed to make. And I thought we did a lot better job.
You talked after the game about getting Ryan Linthicum running back 6 yards or whatever.
Yeah.
What was actually the play call there? Was he downfield because it was like a draw?
Yeah, it was a QB draw. Yeah, it was a QB draw. So that's why you kind of saw me tuck and run it underneath. So I kind of have a three-way read on that. I got my right side read, and that's kind of initially. And they went to zone, so that took it away. And then from there it's really to run it. Versus they ran a perfect. They could not have. We were watching film on Monday and watched the game, and we're sitting there with Coach Riley, and they probably could not have drawn up a better defense against that play. Really. They were zoned to the field, quarters of the field. Went split double mug. 6 guys walked up, which is versus a 5-man draw. You're having to squeeze down, so everybody's having to squeeze down, which leads the outside guys. And then they brought cat pressure, which is our back is free releasing, so he's not in the protection. Back is free releasing, so he's leaving the corner cat. And then the free safety came down and played the flats, and then the field safety came over and clouded it. So it pretty much took away the boundary, zoned off the field, which is a man answer, and then they pre-played a 6-man box, all walked up, so our O-line had to squeeze and couldn't take the cat. They played it. They could not have been in a better call. I just kind of, felt zone to the right, felt him coming, and just tried to sneak underneath and, made a play at the end of the day. But that was it was a draw. So that's why Ryan was downfield, because he's thinking, I can get downfield because if I'm going to throw, it's going to get out of my hand pretty quick. So he had, he could do that. But then he turned around and saw me scrambling, so he ran back. Yeah, it was awesome by him, and it was really cool.
You talk about, again, the strength staff, getting you in a place where you can have that kind of balance.
Yeah.
What actually goes into that? Is it just a lot of squats or what?
Yeah. That was something that, Ben Batson and I definitely worked on a lot this summer. It's just, and also Jordan and I, it's just, creating a lot of stability in my legs and being able to, doesn't matter where I'm at, being able to get to a place of stability. And that's in the pocket and in my movements and always getting to a functional place to throw the football. That's something that we've worked on a ton, but especially with Ben and just, getting stronger, getting up to 210, just getting my body stronger and being able to, doing a lot of single leg workout. I don't ever straight bar back squat anymore. Everything that we do is pretty much single leg, and just getting equally strong on each leg is definitely pretty big, and then just getting faster out there. Yeah.
Is 210 the weight you like to play at, or would you like to maybe add a little bit more as you get older?
I think just continually get older, and I've put on weight every year I've been here, so I'll probably end up putting a few more on next year. So.
Jake Briningstool was able to get that record, he's now officially the most receptions for a tight end at Clemson. Just your relationship with him and to be able to play a part in a friend making history like that.
Yeah, it was really cool. It's not very often you get to be a part of something like that, and I didn't even know that before it. That was even the drive or the throw to do it. So I didn't know till after the game. So that was pretty awesome. And, he's just stayed loyal to this program, and he's just come to work every single day, and all that work that he's put in has really paid off. And that's something that he doesn't take lightly, and everybody around us take lightly. So we got so much respect for him. It was just such a cool moment, for him. And he got the game ball and everything, so it was awesome.
What kind of guy is Jake?
He just comes to work every day. He's not a super talkative person, but his tight group, and getting to spend a lot more time with him this year, just kind of outside the facility, and it's been really fun to just hang out with him and getting to know him just on a really just deeper level. Just such a great guy and cares so much just about this team and about this just all of his teammates. You know, he just cares a lot and brings a lot every single day. You know, he never has an off day. He brings it every single day and comes to work every day, and that's definitely paid off. So.
Is Cole Turner, you threw that one up to him, just former basketball player. How much do you trust him in some of those jump ball situations?
Yeah, I was talking to TJ this morning. I mean, I don't, you know, there's not many other guys that can really go up and get a ball like he can. I mean, it's crazy. So, you know, his athleticism is berserk, and I don't think anybody really would have seen that coming out of high school. So it's fun to have a guy like that that'll come in and make plays when we need him to, and yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
What did you think of Elijah Thurman's performance Saturday?
Ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, to do what he did against now tied for number one, you know, sack leader in the country, and go and, you know, just ball out. I think graded 80 plus, which is, you know, a winning grade at offensive line, and I mean, played almost every snap because, you know, Tristan went down the first drive. So other than the first drive, almost every snap of the entire game, and just went and balled out. And just, you know, Coach Luke has done a great job of just getting those guys ready. But, you know, Tristan and Walker and Blake and Marcus, those guys just they lead that whole group and push them to a very high level, because you never know when your time's going to come, and he was ready for it. And Coach Sweeney always talks about, you know, it's better to be ready for your opportunity than not be ready for your opportunity, and because you never know what's going to come. You know, you never do. One tweaked ankle or whatever, and you're right in there. So he was ready, and he went and balled out, and just, you know, it's really fun. We all saw it coming. It was just waiting for his time. So.
Dabo was asked about. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Dabo was asked about Phil yesterday and how many snaps he's getting and how much of a workhorse he is for you guys. Just his impact out there and what it's like when you know he's in the game and they're beside you.
Yeah. He's like a thoroughbred. So that's what Coach Sweeney's been saying all year. Just he's great at every pull, and he's been killing it. You know, he's been killing. I mean, I don't even have any words for him. I mean, you turn on the tape and you have one conversation with him, and that's all you need. So just a guy that, you know, probably one of my favorite teammates I've ever had in my whole life, and that's outside of even playing football, just as a person. So just, you know, love that dude, and the guy he is, he's going to have an incredible, you know, NFL career, and that's because of the person he is, the incredible player that he is, and just the worker bee that he is. I mean, he is the definition of coming to work every single day and giving it his all. Like, he's in the weight room with one other person every day after practice, getting extra weights in. When everybody's in the showers and changing and getting out of here, he's still in the weight room. He's still in the film room getting extra reps. When nobody's telling him to do that. You know, nobody older than him is telling him to do these things. He's doing it all on his own because he wants to. And he's leading those other guys. You know, Keith, Jay, Jarvis. You know, Easy. Like, all these guys are seeing him do that. And that impact is going to carry on once Phil leaves. But, you know, I feel incredibly comfortable with him back there, and I wouldn't want anybody else back there. So.
The consistency that he provides for you guys, I said to Dabo that he's kind of got like these sneaky games because he's got hitting over 100 yards, but it's not with just like 170-yard big crazy games.
Yeah.
I wouldn't love that I called it sneaky, but because he doesn't think it's enough respect for Phil.
Yeah.
But like that consistency that he can provide, and when he's going out there and just getting those little chunks to lead you guys.
Just keeps drives going. You know, it start drives, it keeps drives going. You know, you got a 2nd and 10 and he breaks one for 25. You know, it's just stuff like that just, you know, gets you into plus territory. Just stuff like that. That's what makes these long drives but also explosive plays happen. Is, you know, he can go break an 80-yard run, and he's fast enough to go do that. But he's also the guy that you want with the ball on 3rd and 1. You know, so he can do both. Just a guy that, you know, it's just he's smart. He knows the game. He's great at pass pro. He knows where guys are. He knows the defense. We're always on the same page. I'm not having to tell him what to do. You know, he knows what to do. He knows the calls. at a very elite level. It's just somebody that I can depend on. And to be out there with somebody that you can really depend on the football field and you're having to second guess, it's a really good feeling.
I feel like he's the kind of guy you would like build in a video game.
Yeah.
If you were building him back.
Absolutely.
All those attributes.
Absolutely, for sure.
Any questions for Cade from Zoo?
Hey, Kay, this is Darian Carter with the Greenville News. Another Phil Maffa question, I guess. What from last year to this year, what do you think has been the biggest improvement that Phil has made from last season to this season?
It's a good question. I can't really think of like one specific thing. It's just, it's not like he's just jumped out and gotten a whole lot better at it. I think just being in the game more and more. It's a developmental game. Just being in the game even more and more and getting more opportunities for sure has helped him a ton. And having Will Shipley back there last year and Phil Maffa, I mean that's a disgusting duo right there. So it's not like you're going to take Will Shipley out of the game to put Phil Maffa in, or take Phil Maffa out to put Will Shipley in. I mean, those are two guys that they're both going to be playing the NFL for a long time, and but I think just the opportunity for Phil to have more and more reps is definitely big, and he's taking advantage of them, and we need him out there, and he's killing it. So just I think the leader that he is and the way he's kind of pushing these young guys and bringing them up, I would say the biggest thing, because Ship was just such a natural leader and such a vocal leader, and Phil is too. But just I think that Phil's just really had to step up in that room for sure. I would say is probably the biggest thing.
And I know against Virginia Tech, you had the 19-yard punt. Have you spoke with Aiden Swanson about improving the punt heading into the final few weeks of the season?
Come on, we're not talking about that. Just pull up the Notre Dame clip from last year. We're not. I just shanked it. We all got bad punts every once in a while. All right.
We have time for one more question.
I guess you may have not been paying attention. You put it on the sideline, but when Sammy Brown and the defense do that like Fortnite dance, What were you thinking?
I couldn't believe they did it. Oh man, that was so fun. I didn't actually see it till maybe after the game. Like somebody showed me it or something on Instagram or something. That Clemson Football posted, or and then we saw it again in the Monday meeting on the hit tape. So that was so funny. I was trying to Wade, and Wade was just saying like, we were in Sweeney Council meeting, and Wade's just saying how much, you play the game and it's just fun. That's what's so fun about it, is you get to still go be a little kid out there, and they definitely took that pretty seriously. So it's pretty funny to see. I couldn't believe they did it. Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, thanks, Cade.
Awesome, appreciate y'all.